Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Just a few technical issues there. Also, blame it on VAR because the Man United game was very late, wasn't it? Because of the VAR incidents. But a big win for United. And, well, let's see how this goes in the title race for Manchester City. I mean, I'm starting to think as a United fan, maybe we can finish second. I mean, I don't know. Some people might say you're deluded, but we are only 6 points off Man City now if they lose today. So, look, who knows? Who knows? Dare to dream and all that jazz. So, there we go. Finally, he's here. Yeah, I am here. Okay, let's get this timer up and running on the screen here. There we are. There we go. Lovely stuff. Team news, I've not even looked at it yet. Some very interesting results today. Forest drawing 1-1 despite losing a man at half-time. And Brentford beating Villa at Villa Park despite having a man sent off at half-time. So the 10-men battlers today. Hopefully we don't get any sending-offs in this game. I hate watching games with 10 men. But Spurs are shit. And Man City need to win to keep their title hopes alive. They've got a big game at Anfield next week as well, where I presume Man City are going to turn up and get a result. But looking at the Man City side, Donnarumma, Nunes, Kushanov, Gehi, Altnouri, Rodri, O'Reilly, Silva, Cherki, Semenyo and Haaland. Still got defensive issues, haven't they, Man City? I don't know how long Diaz and Stones are out for. Spurs are Vicario, Dragusin, Romero, Palhinha, Gray, Udogie, Basuma, Gallagher, Moani, Simmons and Solanke. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Spurs. Van der Ven, I presume, is injured again. No Bergvall. Have they got a lot of injuries, Spurs, or something? Yeah, no Foden. I think he might be on the bench. Yeah, Phil Foden's on the bench. Oh, Mamouche on the bench. Reinder's on the bench. Yeah. It's 5 points behind City, not 6. Definitely 6, mate. Man City are on 47 and Man United are on 41. You don't do maths very well, bro. Oh, it's as it stands. Yeah, as it stands. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Some people don't like to do as it stands. Some of us are intelligent enough to do it. So, yeah, as it stands, it's 6 points, yeah. As a Chelsea fan, I'm glad. I hope you keep Carrick, says Max. Yeah, this worries me when rival fans say, I hope you keep Carrick. Look, the United result today was fantastic, but I didn't really want to say it on the United stand because people are so fickle. But I think we saw from United today why Michael Carrick can't be the man. Like, it's game 3 and you can already see issues. Yeah. Love the new black screen, says LCF. I don't know. Are some people having a problem with it? Technical difficulties? Don't know. Maddison's still out too as well, says Jonathan. Well, Maddison's been out for most of the season, hasn't he? Yeah, but look, good weekend for Chelsea, Man United and Liverpool, really, because Villa dropping points. I can definitely see Villa getting sucked back in. That's the sort of game you can't lose, especially against 10 men Brentford. I mean, Brentford, yeah, I mean, that's a great result for Brentford, and they're up to 7th place. But I think from Liverpool, from Villa's point of view, that's a real concern. Europa League football is going to be back soon. They've got Bournemouth away on Saturday. Then they've got to go to then they've got Brighton at home, and they've got Leeds at home, Wolves away, Chelsea at home. I mean, I can see Villa getting sucked in. I really can. Good run here by Simmons. Tackled. Score prediction. As a Spurs fan, I hope we lose. Frank out and let Seti stay in the title race, says Jade. Well, can you extend that to next Saturday as well? Sam says, some Spurs fans want to lose today so Arsenal don't win the title. What a small-minded club. Well, it might be to get Thomas Frank out as well. Nick says, does he get to cut his hair? No, he gets to cut his hair when we won 5 in a row, which would be beating Spurs and West Ham. Which I think we'll do. Spurs need to win. Trying to lose is insanity. Well, they could easily get sucked into a relegation battle as well. You don't want to do that. You look like you're not happy with the win, Mark. Go and check out United Stand and watch the match reaction. I've got a bad back, and I was actually contemplating not doing this stream, and I'm now thinking I made a mistake doing it, but I'll work my way through it. Unless Man City go 3-0 up, and then I'm going to stop it. I have stopped watch-alongs with Man City winning by a lot of goals before. Haaland into Cherky. Haaland's gone down off the ball. Referee says play on. Goal! I'll just stop the stream here. I'll stop the stream here. That's a fantastic goal. Absolutely fantastic goal. You can't argue about it. Took it very, very well. Edge of the bottom. We're seeing a lot of this as well. I've got to say, I'm not a fan of City, but I am a big fan of people scoring from outside the box. And we saw a banger from Fulham today. We saw a couple from United last week. And we've just seen an absolutely brilliant goal by Cherky. He's actually in the box there, but it's still a long way out. Basuma. Why is Basuma playing for Spurs in 2026? You must have massive injury problems. I hope he plays against United. Oh, we're going to batter Spurs. We are going to absolutely fuck Spurs up. I'm telling you now. At Old Trafford, we will batter this defence. Fulham actually defended quite well, and they're quite good in their midfield. Please don't sack Thomas Frank before the weekend. Just saw a tweet here and I thought it was true. Liverpool in advanced talks with West Ham over Wan-Bissaka. It's a joke tweet though. Well, Arsenal fans are going to be going, that's it, I'm off for a walk or a pint or watch the Antiques Roadshow. Basuma also got booked in the goal as well. I'm telling you now, if Man City go 3-0 up or Spurs get a man sent off, I will switch this stream off. Not as an insult to Man City. Man City have been very good to watch this season. But I really would like to just get in a nice hot bath for my back. Spurs are shit. Yeah. They are. Here's the menu. Cuts it in and this is 2. Basuma's there this time. They're a funny team, Spurs, though. I mean, a few people have mentioned it. Jade's mentioned it. I'm not going to ignore the fact that this has happened before. I don't understand it because United would never do it. But there is a Spurs thing that is like, we don't mind losing if it causes Arsenal a problem. We don't mind it. And that's a fan thing. So, Jay says, can you unblock me from United Stand? No, once you're blocked on YouTube, it's really difficult to unblock you, mate. You used to be able to go on your profile and do it, but it doesn't work now. Will you do a video with the front 3, says Randall. Don't know who they are. Don't know what it is. What front 3? Thank you. The whole of the stadium cheered that goal for City, says, yeah, look, look, I'm not going to... It's just... They do it. They do it. They actually will. I think. Yeah. I mean, the way I would look at it if I was Spurs is the 3 points for you takes you further away from the relegation zone, and there's still a lot of games to play. And I watched West Ham yesterday, and they may lack quality, but they don't lack fight. I think West Ham will pick up some points. Leeds have been very good at picking up points. Forest have just got a point with 10 men for 45 minutes. So you might go, wow, you know, we're not going to get relegated because we're, what, 8 points from safety, but that can get eaten up very, very quickly. I mean, Forest and Leeds are 2 points behind you, and I think West Ham can catch Forest and Leeds. So I'm just looking at West Ham are the one that Spurs need to watch. So their next game is Burnley away. Then they've got Man United at home. Then they've got Bournemouth at home. So look, next 3 games, if West Ham can win 2, hopefully not against United, they can start to pick up those points. Leeds have got Forest on Friday, Mark, says Dino. Oh, that's good. I can watch the Bundesliga and have that on as well then. Double watch along. Thanks to Carrick and the players for giving us the wins, and I believe Man United will get into the Champions League, says Bailey. I hope so, pal. There's a Man City player down here. I think they're going to put the ball out and play. Cherky. Imagine Spurs in the Championship with their magnificent stadium, says Koss. But they would have the best stadium in the Championship. They would definitely have the best stadium. Is Vicario the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League? Don't know. Are you doing a watch along for Man City Liverpool next week? Well, yeah, we've got, on this channel, we've got both the Carabao Cup semi-finals Tuesday, Wednesday. Then, yeah, definitely Liverpool, Man City next Sunday. I don't know what other Premier League games there are, actually, next weekend, because I know United's the 12:30 game. So, Saturday, Man United, Spurs, that'll be done. Might be quick enough to be able to do the 3 o'clocks, which is Arsenal, Sunderland, and Chelsea Wolves. Don't really fancy Newcastle Brentford at 5:30. So yeah, probably do that. And then Sunday, yeah, Liverpool Man City. Wednesday the 11th is a good one. Sunderland Liverpool at 8:15. When are Arsenal playing? Arsenal Brentford on the Thursday. That could be tough. That'd be difficult. I don't want the new manager bounce at Spurs. Where would Spurs... Haaland there. Fucking hell, I missed that. I don't even know what Spurs would do if they got rid of Thomas Frank. Where would you go? What's that guy? Ryan Mason? Is he still about? Max is laughing. He says United fans want Carrick rather than Nagelsmann. Something about seeing Alex Scott play excites me. He's classy. I'm getting a bit of Odegaard vibes when Odegaard is in full flow. Future United players is Rajaf. And he plays a little bit deeper, doesn't he? I'll tell you what, this is a good game of football. It's very open. And that's going to play into City's hands. I've not had a Moscow Mule yet, says Jade. No. Got to play that in. Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's done well there, Kushinov. Yeah, I don't even know where Spurs would go if they got rid of Frank. They'd have to go interim, wouldn't they? And it's not like United or Liverpool where you can find some good interims. Like, who's going to take Spurs' job? Pochettino won't take the job. He's at USA. He won't take it. You're not going to leave the USA, who are hosting the World Cup. You think City risk putting the kids out on Wednesday for the second leg against Newcastle? Could they think about resting players or not? Says Jamie. I don't think he needs to put the kids out. I mean, he can look at the bench today. He can play Aki, he can play Foden, he can play Mamouche. So look, I think he will rotate a little bit. Liverpool looked good last night, worryingly. I just think football's quite predictable like that, though, sometimes. Like, I looked at Man United playing Arsenal, Man City, and I'm like, there's no way we're going to get 6 points. And we go and get 6 points. And I look at Liverpool and I go, Newcastle at home, City at home, Sunderland away. There's no way they're going to get 9 points. They won't even get 6. And they've already got 3. So, saw a lot of people on the United stand comment something about Arsenal FFP penalty, says Havertz. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Got a little bit more time. I can have a look at it now. No, it must be a scam because there's absolutely nothing out there. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Havertz Goat 29, Jamie M 212. Back any better, Mark? I tell you what, I don't know whether it's the United result, but it does actually feel a little bit better. I don't know why. Probably the longer the day goes on, moving it around a little bit. As I said, it seems to me that it gets better by sitting down. I don't know what it is. Adrenaline, probably, yeah. I did take 2 painkillers at lunchtime. That's probably helped a bit. Spurs on the attack. They're going to get a free kick on the edge of the box, and it's going to be a yellow card as well. Referee's not messing about. I think Conor Gallagher caught it. Was late. Kushinov was late. Yeah, yellow card, tackle that. STG says Rio is such a clown. Oh, God. I can only imagine what that Rio Fairyland's saying now. Get the contract out. Give him a 10-year deal. Yeah. Seen it all before. Well, Spurs haven't had a shot on target yet, so this free kick for Xavi Simons is a chance to do that. Do you play darts? Rio is the personification of toxic positivity. Yeah. So happy for Sesko, Mark. Yeah, I think if he hadn't scored that goal, people were going to be talking about the miss at 2-0, which obviously Fulham came back from. So really important for him, confidence, etc. And he took it really well. And people forget, Sesko was doing quite well before he got dropped for Mbeumo. So he had to wait for his chance. He's took it. Might get a start against Spurs now. Looking to move to England from America, what cities do you recommend for, says Ivan. Look, up-and-coming places in the UK where you can buy a good property now, and in a year it will probably be worth treble. Stoke, Bradford, Milton Keynes, Hull. These are all great cities that are going to be... Look, London, they're going to put London in the mud. Cherky's in again here. Needs some support. Goes past his man. Terrible defending. What the hell are Spurs doing? I can't wait to play Spurs on Saturday. Imagine what Cunha and Mbeumo and Ahmad are going to do to this shit. Look at that. We're going to... I tell you what, respect to Fulham. They did play quite well. Vicaria's made a big save there as well. But this Spurs team are shit. Really shit. They got no quality. Bob didn't play for Fulham today, no. I don't know what that was all about. I suppose I don't know. I don't think he was even on the bench. Hopefully Spurs get Southgate, says Joshua. Well, that is a good call. Why would Spurs not go for Sir Gareth Southgate? He's available. He's ready to go. I think it would be a perfect deal. Bob is injured. Okay. I'll tell you what. If Fulham had, let me get this right because Cherky's injured. If Fulham had something realistic, I was going to say Ollie Watkins. If Fulham had Thiago of Brentford up front, they'd be a very, very interesting team. Very interesting team. They've got good wingers. They've got good midfield. They've got a steady defence. They play good football. Jimenez is just not it. He's not it. And I was saying in the match reaction, Fulham can't feel hard done by because Man United beat them because we've got better players. Bruno, Sesko, Casemiro, Cunha. But it was a very close game. And if they'd had a bit more quality, it could have been a different result. But they don't. They've got Jimenez up front. Sesko deserves to start, says Bailey. Well, yeah. What about that? If Fulham had Sesko up front, yeah. Delap would be a good fit for that. I don't know. Liam Delap should have gone to Everton, in my opinion. Callum says, I've lived in Milton Keynes for 15 years. Great place, and every estate has its own usually decent pub. I have been to Milton Keynes. Isn't Milton Keynes like a built city? I know every city's built, but like if you think about London, it's been around for hundreds of years. Didn't they just build Milton Keynes as like quite a modern place? Loads of roundabouts. Do you want to know the odds on the next Spurs manager? Next Spurs manager. I mean, you can't really find anything decent on it. De Zerbi. De Zerbi's very hot, but he's still at Marseille, isn't he? He's not been sacked. De Zerbi, Robbie Keane, Xavi Hernandez, Pochettino. I'll tell you what, De Zerbi wouldn't be a bad shout for Spurs, would he? Unfortunately, Gareth Southgate is actually nowhere near. He's not even in the. He's not even. Oh my God, Gareth Southgate's not even there. Oh, he is. He's 33-1. I don't think Xavi would go to Spurs. Spurs' record at the moment is they haven't won a game in 5. They've drawn 3 of their last 5 and lost 2. DBX says, how dare you, Mark? I'm in a nice part of Bradford. I didn't say that. I'm recommending Bradford, Stoke, Hull and Milton Keynes. I'm not joking. There's no jokes here. Cynical says they won't sack Frank while he's in the Champions League. Yeah, that's a false economy. There's one thing about the Champions League is that if Spurs aren't sacking him because he's in that, he's definitely not winning it. They'd have more chance of winning it with a new manager bounce. I'm reading comments. Silent Bridge. I can't talk every second. I'm tempted to get myself a beer, you know. Random question, but how have you adjusted to the fame? How does the family handle you being famous? Do you feel like there is any pressure on you, says Haraya? I don't see it as that. Honestly, I think when you go and do these events and you see people like Mini Minter and KSI and Angry Ginge, to be fair, I think they live very different lives to me, and I think they live the fame and they deal with it really, really well. And they're all bigger than me anyway, but I don't live it like that. I don't live it. I'm older than them. I don't live it. I just don't live it like that. I just don't. That's the honest answer. I don't live it like that. I like going down the pub and having a pint, and I'm not going to stop going down the pub and having a pint. I like going cinema. I like filling the car up with petrol. I'm just a normal person. Who was man of the match in the United game? I went for a bath and missed it. That sounds great, Lisa. I wish I not have a bath with you, but I wish I was in the bath. Not with Lisa. I want to make that very clear. Not that you're not a great bath companion, but I find two problems with it. One, it's hard to fit two people in a bath comfortably, and with my back, I think it would be more unpleasant. And two, I'm married. Casemiro was our man of the match. Conor Gallagher to Spurs. Discuss. Must just want to live in London, and it must be good money. You would not choose Spurs over Villa. Lovely play by Haaland. He should have passed. Gutted about the Villa result, mate, says Villa. I like Villa. I'm very surprised by that. To not beat Brentford with 10 men. It's hard against 10 men, though. Like, Palace couldn't do it. Jamie said, Jamie plays FIFA. What happens if Man United buys two centre midfielders? Where would Cobby fit in? He fight for his fucking place, mate. You fight for your fucking place. I'm telling you now, if I manage Real Madrid and I've got Bellingham and Rodri and Kimmich and my CEO says I'm looking at getting you Stiller and Anderson, I'm saying fucking do it, mate. And he's going to go, what are you going to do about Bellingham and Rodri and Kimmich? I'm going to say, I'll tell you what, I'm going to put them out on the bloody training ground. I'm going to pick the best three players and stick the other two on the bench and they can fight for the fucking place, you know? That's how it works. Competition for places. Stephen says, as a United fanboy, do you want Tottenham to lose for next week when you play them, or City to lose for space for United to climb up? Well, it doesn't matter what I want, Stephen, because if I'm being completely honest, Spurs ain't winning this game. So what I want is irrelevant. But idealistically, I probably want a Spurs win because they'd come to Old Trafford on a high and Man City would drop points. It's not going to happen, though. Clown Pickle 8230 says, can you explain to an American why it's hard to beat 10 men? Is that just because of low blocks? Yeah, it's hard to beat 10 men because they put everybody behind the ball. And also Brentford are winning at that point. So Brentford are 1-0 up. It goes down to 10 men. And you literally just defend the edge of your box. And the only way through is really a worldie shot or crosses into the box. You're more compact. Like what I'm saying is most Premier League teams, if they wanted to, could start the game in the 90th minute, sit back and defend and try and get a draw. when you've got 10 men, you've got license to do that. Actually, it was 0-0 when that happened, actually. You're absolutely correct. Reframing the game. Yeah. Haaland should have scored there. Why didn't he go for the header? Daniel Price, thanks for your super chat. Appreciate that. What do you think about the Liverpool transfer? I think it's intelligent, isn't it, at the end of the day? Intelligent to go and get players when you need them to improve yourself. It's not something United would do. I mean, look, imagine if Man United had drawn today. The uproar would have been about not signing players. We get a last-minute winner. Everyone's really happy. But it does cover up the fact that we were 2 minutes away from drawing a game that probably deserved to draw at that point. We deserved to win it in the end, but there'd be a big meltdown about no transfers if we'd drawn with Fulham. Liverpool are in for Gertruda at Sunderland. Man United need a left-back in the summer, says Dax. They bloody do. There's no way Luke Shaw's going to get any better, is there? What do you think about the rumours about Alvarez to Arsenal? I'm sure Atletico's just bought Lookman. So I'm sure Alvarez will be on the move in the summer. The question is, where else do you go? When I lived in London, we were season ticket holders for Spurs and would go every week. Now being in the US, because Spurs are crap, there's no desire to even watch them. I have fallen out of love with them, says Jade. Well, they're only 1-0 down here, Jade. There's always a way back. Okay, yellow card for Xavi Simons here. Could do with some red cards for Spurs, actually, just to doubly make sure that we batter them next Saturday lunchtime. Just looking at Tottenham's injuries and suspensions at the moment. Maddison is out until June. Fucking hell, that's a long injury, isn't it? June 2026 for James Maddison. Bentancur is May. Kudos is April. Bergval is April. Van der Ven is apparently going to be back very soon. And let's not forget about Kulusevski as well. Can you remember when Kulusevski got injured before the Europa League final and there was a bit of a rumour that he was going to be back for the final? We're now in February 2026. Yeah, so Bentancur, Bergville, Maddison basically out for the season. Kudos as well. Carrick is a better tactician than Frank, says Andrew. Well, they brought Conor Gallagher in, didn't they? But I mean, I think you've always got a problem when Basuma's back in your midfield because he's just ain't it, is he? City have been robbed 2 corners. Great win for us, United, says Dylan. What do you think about this Bellingham and Saka injury approaching the World Cup? Well, I did say this a couple of weeks ago. We are in the area now where if you pick up a significant injury from now, you touch and go for the World Cup. And we will see it. The players play so many games now. Look, Erling Haaland, Mbappe, Kane. If any of these players get a bad injury now, you're out. I don't know whether Spurs have had a shot on target yet. Lovely goal by Cherky, but apart from that, yeah, it's a tough one, this. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and subscribe. Thank you. I can't believe United didn't win the Europa League final against Spurs as well, Ruben, considering they had a lot of their players out injured as well. No shots on target for Spurs after 40 minutes. I mean, look, if they're genuinely wanting Arsenal to win, couldn't they just give them the point? What a ball by Rodri into Semenyo. Alex says Spurs are purposely playing shit. I don't know about that, Alex. This is the standard Spurs performance, I think. I think Liverpool might get a result against City next Sunday. I hope not. I've just seen somebody tweet that Steve Holland and Michael Carrick will assess the Fulham game at Carrington tomorrow. Well, fuck a duck. I mean, what a surprise. Managers will look at the game tomorrow and analyse it. Oh my God, they're cooking. You don't get Pep Guardiola doing that the game after a match, watching it again. Bloody hell. Jesus Christ. Yeah, still only 1-0, Benjamin. Please do subscribe, bottom right corner. Absolute shit from Spurs. I don't know how they have to put. I don't know why they have to put up with this. Spurs aren't even trying, says Ian. It's hard. It's really hard. There's a lot of people sort of looking on social media there. There's a lot of people saying Spurs are doing this on purpose because they don't want Arsenal to win the league. They might be, but it's really difficult to tell because they are so shit normally. 2-0, Semenyo. There we go. I mean, this is total shite by Spurs. Like, really bad. However, maybe they are doing it because they don't want Arsenal to do the league, but they are crap as well. So it's hard. Game over, basically. Semenyo, what a signing he's been. I don't know. I mean, what are they doing here? Dragerson. Who's that to? Who's tracking the runner there? Basuma again. Where's that? I mean, it's just so bad. Watch Basuma here, right? He should be running with Cherky. He's doing nothing. I can't wait to play Spurs on Saturday. It's almost like a 3-point guarantee, isn't it, now? I mean, I'm surprised Pep's so excited. I mean, mate, did you not know? Does he not know? Like, does he not know this was the most nailed on Man City win ever? Why do you think they haven't sacked Frank? Because they're a strangely unambitious football club, I think. I mean, you can't just keep him. You can't just keep him because of the Champions League, because you're not going to win the Champions League. Do not sack. Right, I'm telling you now, Spurs. Don't you bloody dare sack Thomas Frank this week. I don't want no new manager bounce this week. You got to wait until at least next Saturday at 3 o'clock. Don't you dare fucking sack your manager this week. That is not allowed. Hope Spurs lose 8-0 and get relegated so I can park near my house again, says Team Salim. Oh, hope you're doing well, mate. Legend. Always when Spurs are at home. Hates the traffic around there. Blame percentage on Frank versus roster built by Levy, says Andrew. And Spurs fans due to walk out on 75 minutes. El Presidente, says Gav United. City, hi Mark, honestly think you're undervaluing Mainoo's defensive ability. He made so many recoveries and successful slide tackles today. I give him 7 out of 10, mate. Allow it. Chill. One of the most one-sided games this season, says Duff. I mean, the fact that some Spurs fans are actually happy about this is incredible to me. You do realise if Arsenal win next weekend and Liverpool beat City, all Downing Tools is not going to matter. You don't actually have that much of a say in the title race. They could go down. Like, they genuinely could go down. If West Ham perform like they did in the first half yesterday, they'll pick up a few points. Where are Spurs? Look, serious, right? Okay, let's say West Ham could get, from this point, maybe they get 36 points. That means Spurs need 9 points to stay up, right? You'd expect that to happen, right? But next game's United, I think we'll win. Newcastle, I think Newcastle will beat you. Then it's Arsenal. I think Arsenal will beat you. Fulham away, Fulham could probably beat you. Crystal Palace at home, I think you'll win that. Liverpool away, forget it. Forest at home, don't really know. Sunderland away, forget it. Brighton at home, don't know. Wolves away, well, you've drawn against them already. Villa away, forget it. Tottenham against Leeds. I don't know. Look. Since when was Soccer Aid on Sky on the 1st of February, says Lee Berman. Worth saying, Mark, that it's an utter indictment on Glinios for even shortlisting Thomas Frank for the United job last year, says Once. Nice of City to televise their training sessions, says Cynical. And Duffett said one of the most one-sided games this season. Thanks for your super chats. Appreciate that. Well, we've got a free kick here. Straight through the wall, but into Donnarumma's hands. Can you remember at the start of the season, it was about game week 10 and Spurs were top of the league for away form? System doesn't work, says D. It's a bit like Amram's United. Amram's United were better than this shit, mate. Look. I get the conversation about Slot, but I don't Look, I liked Thomas Frank at Brentford. He seems like a decent guy. And, you know, it's never nice to say somebody should be sacked, but it is a competitive sport. And if you're no longer, if you've been at a club for 10 years and you're a club legend, but you passed it and you fell off, you can't just say, well, I'm not going to say anything bad against them because they're a legend. You be respectful, but you say it's time to go. And even if you like a manager, if it's not going to work, you don't say, well, I do like you, so you can stay. It's like you've got to get real. So I mean, look, Spurs fan Matt says, I'm an Arsenal fan. Do you think Spurs are deliberately losing the game against City? I don't know whether they're doing it deliberately because they're shit anyway, but they have done it before apparently, so who knows. But talking about Spurs issues, you could get relegated, and I don't know why they haven't sacked Thomas Frank weeks ago, because from the outside in, this ain't getting any better. As somebody said, the system doesn't work. Their fans don't like it. Their players don't like it. And it's not going to get any better. So all you're doing is rolling the dice on this might get better. And in fairness, they have spent decent money on Conor Gallagher in the last 2 weeks for this manager. So, but it's not going to get any better. Like, you can tell that the players don't like the system. You can tell that the fans don't like the system. And you're limping to the summer to sack him because you haven't got any ambition. And it's going to be a hard sell for Spurs in the summer to bring players in without any European football. No European football. And Spurs, trust me, Spurs fans, it's horrible doing what United are doing at the moment. It's absolutely horrible having no European football at all. This is a shame on the Premier League. It's clear Spurs don't want to play. I never saw this in the Premier League. It's shameful, says Doha. Thank you very much. Kean says, I'd hate to be a Spurs fan. Well, they did win the Europa League last year. They did. It wasn't a dream. It did happen. And they finished fourth in the Champions League. I mean, I don't know how that happened. That's more about how Europe is, to be honest. So, half-time, 2-0 to Spurs. What does that do for the league table? I was sort of looking at that. A couple of things that we can bring you in here. We've got a league table here. That's how the league table looks at the moment. Man City would be 4 points behind Arsenal. Villa basically out of it after that loss today, if they were ever in it. And then the stats look like that. 36% possession for Spurs. No corners. 1 shot on target. 2-0 down, Man City, who barely have got out of second gear, if we're being completely honest. I think if they wanted to, it could go even better. Happy Sunday, Mark. Hope you're well, says Maestro. Come on, the Hearts. How did it go for you today? Let's have a look. Scottish Celtic won and Rangers drew, so that's not bad for Hearts. Opened up a bit of a gap, don't you, I think? Yeah, 6-point gap from Celtic and Rangers. So good results for Hearts this weekend. And Real Madrid won 2-1 against Vallecano. Stuttgart beat Freiburg 1-0. And Dortmund are 1-1 with Heidenheim at half-time. Stiller was back. Good. Good team, Stuttgart, this year. Doing very, very well. Right. After final, hate Spurs, hope to get relegated, says Reese. And do you think they'll try to get Poch after the World Cup, says Tyler? Well, the problem is, that means you've got to keep Frank till the summer, and I just don't get that. Like, I don't. I think if a manager deserves getting till the summer, that's absolutely fine. But like, I would have given Amram till the summer because the players were still playing for him and he probably should have been backed in the January transfer window. Obviously, there was a fallout. I would have given Maresca till the summer, but obviously there was a fallout. So, but with Thomas Frank, they've given him a signing. It's still shit. The players aren't performing. So, did Seb win today, says Andy? No, they've been absolutely off it since Christmas. Up until Christmas, they were brilliant. Last game before Christmas, Cup quarter-final, brilliant. Since Christmas, I think they played 4 or 5 games. They're just not the same. I don't know what's happened. I don't know. Anyhow. I'm hoping Spurs keep Frank for the next week. Yeah, they're not allowed to sack Thomas Frank before next week because they're playing at Old Trafford on Saturday and we need the points. The under-13s team I coach, one of the players got a red card for punching a player, says David. Well, quite rightly so. Quite rightly so. They want to get Poch, but Poch won't come till after the World Cup. Would you ever play Red Dead Redemption? Yeah, well, I played it twice and the bloody game wiped twice. It's annoying because I liked that game. Yeah, you shouldn't be punching people on the pitch. Arsenal are boring, says Ozone. I think he's being sarcastic. A local school team would beat this rubbish club. Villa down to 6th odds, says Duncan. Villa are in a wonderful position, right? They're in a wonderful position because finishing in the top 5 when you're in 3rd place is an opportunity. But in the Europa League, if you win it, you're in the Champions League. So what Villa have got to do is try and figure out what is best for them in that regard. I mean, they have got a lot of injuries at the moment, like Lindelof, Kamara, McGinn, Tielemans. You know, you're starting Jadon Sancho. You've got no Ollie Watkins as well. So there's a lot of injuries in that Villa team today. If you look at the lineup, Douglas Luiz, Bogard, Sancho, Bendia, Abraham. That's a lot of injuries for Villa. But maybe they do drop out of the top 5 and maybe they focus on the Europa League. I don't think they're going to be able to do both. And what you don't want to do is come up short in both. So I think that's something that they might have to look at. Kamara is not back till June for Villa. So that's a terrible, terrible injury. Tielemans is out for 10 weeks. McGinn is out till April as well. So it could be problematic. Could be very problematic. They've basically lost their midfield 3. I don't see how Villa are going to keep winning games. Henry says, do United keep Carrick if you get top 4? Not for me. I don't think it's a good idea, but they probably will do it, but I don't think it's a good idea. Who will win the Carabao Cup, Arsenal or City? I mean, why would we? Why? I mean, I don't know. Why would we rule Chelsea out? I think Villa might drop to 6th. I didn't realise they had those injury problems, and I think when you're Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool, you haven't got those problems. I mean, I don't even know what Villa's midfield 3 is going to be now. I didn't realise that Tielemans, McGinn, and Kamara were basically out for most of the season. So yeah, it's difficult. Let me just get rid of Ewan. See you later. Why would you rule Newcastle out? I think Newcastle are doing a great job of ruling themselves out at the moment. What do you think about this Rodri performance? I think I could play centre midfield and look good at the moment against this Spurs team. To be fair, there's a lot of teams with a lot of injuries at the moment. Villa got loads of injuries. Spurs have got loads of injuries. Why don't they use Harvey Elliott? I don't know. Emery can be quite stubborn with stuff like that. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Would you still buy Conor Gallagher, Mark? Yes. Better than nothing. Liverpool have loads of injuries. What are you talking about? 3 of them out all season. Possibly get Isak back in April. Yeah, we're talking about midfield, though, like through chaos. You've got a lot of midfield options. Games are won and lost in the midfield. Villa and Spurs don't really have midfielders, do they? Apparently they used Harvey Elliott today. The media defence to Frank compared to Ange is mad, says the Spurs way. How many games have Spurs lost? Because, well, here's a question for you lot. How many games did Spurs lose last season? Lost 20 games, didn't they? And this season, they've lost 10. So 11 if they lose today, which they will. So technically, he's probably not as bad as Ange. Carrick is better option than Glasner, Iriola or De Zerbi, says Thomas. I don't think Spurs will sack him because I think he's put a clause in for compensation if he got fired. Start, bench, sell. Mawani, Nicholas Jackson or Havertz. I like a start, bench, sell. So I will sell Nicholas Jackson. I will bench Mawani and it's close between those two, Eureka Fly, and I will start Havertz. Don't forget, a week tonight at 11:30, we will be live for Seahawks against the Patriots NFL. I do it every year, Super Bowl. So it's late night Sunday, a week today. Join me for that. What do you think about Kevin's goal for Fulham? It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It was. Like, I think I can't remember what I said. I'm surprised it's not been memed up. I can't remember what I said. Who is that? Who is that? It was incredible. Yeah. So Valentine says, I wish it was tonight, bank holiday tomorrow. Who's got a bank holiday tomorrow? Who's got a bloody bank holiday tomorrow? Who gets a bank holiday in February? What? I'm moving there. That sounds great. Are these all true? Are these bank holidays? I've got Washington's birthday, 16th of February. Is that genuinely a day off? You've got Martin Luther King Jr. Day, 19th of Jan. Is that real? Independence Day, 3rd of July. Labour Day, 7th of September. Veterans Day, 11th of November. Thanksgiving, 26th of November. And Juneteenth, 19th of Jan. Are these all legitimate days that you get off? Don't get anything at Easter then. We always have an Easter bank holiday. We always have Easter Monday off. Ireland have got a day off tomorrow. I never used to get that when I lived there. I never used to get a day off in bloody February when I lived in Ireland. I want them back. I want them banked back. I want them days back. It's St. Bridget's Day since the 2023. Well, I tell you what, I think a bank holiday at the start of February is a great idea. Well done. The Irish are cooking. Well done. So in Ireland, you definitely get one in March for Paddy's Day. You get one in February. You've just had a couple at Christmas. You get Easter. You definitely do get one in the summer, because I remember. I think you get one in October as well. Start, bench, sell. Agate, Fred or Chunks? If we're being real, you've got to sell Chunks out of them three, to be fair. Agate's got to be benched and Fred's got to be started, let's be honest. Good one, Eureki. Prediction for Liverpool against City next week. It'll be a better game than this. Maybe score draw at the moment. Oh, you get Halloween in Ireland as well. That's the one. Yeah, October. I loved living in Ireland. They're just. It's sort of like, I think, having been to America and lived in the UK all my life, Ireland sort of reminds me of a bit of both. Yeah, we don't get St George's Day in England here. Be honest, Irish food or British food, says Evan. British, I'd say. Mark, we don't need another left back. We've got Malacia, says Daily Drew. It's a terrible thought. Are you on the United stand at 8 o'clock? Yes. Arch says, what would we do if we saw a bear? Depends what bear it is. If it was Paddington Bear, I'd probably have a chat and say, give us a marmalade sandwich. If it was a polar bear, I don't know what to do because you can't outrun them. But then again, apparently polar bears have got a 2% success attack hunting rate, so I'll probably be all right. Testing says, I didn't watch the game today. Did we play well? You know what? You can afford to be humble when you've won. I probably wouldn't give any credit to Fulham if they'd got a draw. But I thought Fulham played well, actually. In a Premier League season where I find it really hard to find teams that are worth watching, I actually thought Fulham played some good football. They just don't have a cutting edge. So I was quite impressed with Fulham, and they had more of the ball than us. So United deserved to win the game, but it makes it a better win, the fact that I thought Fulham were quite good. So yeah, Fulham played quite well. United deserved the win. 3 points, thank you. Polar Pan says, have you got a favourite superhero? I don't know why, but probably I've always quite liked She-Ra, but she was a cartoon person. Is He-Man and She-Ra classed as superheroes, or they just... No, they're not, are they? You're making me hungry. I've only got a few bits of cookie. The reason these are good is because they're chewy. What chocolate bar do you usually have while showering? I like to have a Galaxy. I don't think I've ever had it. I don't think I've ever eaten in a shower. Well, not in that way. Galaxy Ripple for the win, but I've never had it in a shower. Spurs! Terrible. Conor Gallagher. Was that Conor Gallagher? Yeah. Don't slag Conor Gallagher off. He might score next week. There's a new He-Man film coming out, but apparently it's a bit woke. I don't know why. I don't have time to read about everything. Like, I don't even really know much about what Trump's been up to, the Epstein files. I really genuinely haven't read much about it. But I just saw something on my timeline a couple of weeks ago. There's a new He-Man film coming out, and I love He-Man. I had all the toys when I was a kid. And I really liked the Dolph Lundgren one. Apparently they're doing a new one, and people are just saying it's weak, it's really woke. But I don't know why. Maybe He-Man's a robot or something, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the characters. You had He-Man, Man-at-Arms, Tira. What was the cat called? Was it Tigger? No, the cat was dead scared of everything, and then he became Battle Cat, and he was really, really hard. What was the cat called in He-Man? Goal, surely! Adogi! Big save, Donnarumma. Come on, someone knows the cat. Snarf was bloody Thundercats. Cringer. That sounds wrong, Cringer. Lots of people are saying it's Cringer. It must have been Cringer, yeah. Snarf was bloody Thundercats. He was an idiot. He needed throwing out the bloody window, he did. Lee Berman says, don't ask Google what would happen if you ate a polar bear liver. They don't even need to attack you now. Oh. Because it's toxic. You know what I find funny? Well, not funny. Is obviously I like dogs, if you saw my latest Driving with Goldbridge. There's a corner, throw in here for Gringer, not Cringer. The latter is Spurs. Like, I've had a few dogs in my life. And that's just my dating history. No, I'm joking. I've had a few dogs in my life. And we had this dog, right? There was a party at the house. And everyone had a few to drink. And they left a bottle of... Oh! Solanke! Spurs are getting close! Goal! 2-1 to Spurs! Stop the clocks! It's a goal! It's an own goal. Game on, says Neo. Game on. We've got a bit of a game here. I was going to switch it off if City went 3-0 up. They're so crap, Spurs. It's hilarious. I mean, they scored a goal that they didn't even score. You might be offside, bro. Solanke, I think he might be offside. Hopefully not. No, it is a goal for Solanke because he kicks through the back of Gahey. Oh, they might give a foul for that. You can't give a foul for that. They might give a foul for that. To be fair, if that was against United, I would be going, he could have killed him. That's a foul. Oh no, he's given the goal. They only checked offside. I think it might have been a foul. Mate, I think that was a foul. I'm glad it's not, but I think that probably was a foul. He-Man. Yeah, anyway, we had this party at the house, and everyone went to bed, and there was this bar of Galaxy chocolate had been left on the side, and when we got up in the morning, the bar of chocolate was on the floor, open. And the only explanation was the dog had eaten it. Now, chocolate to a dog is like a gun to a human. It can kill you. So we took it to the vet, the dog, and they gave it charcoal. That's a foul. He's kicked through the back of Gahey. How's that not a foul? He's literally kicked Gahey's leg. I'm glad it's not a foul because it makes the game interesting, but legit, that is a foul. You can't kick somebody's leg to make them kick the ball. I'd lose it if that happened to United. But it makes this game more interesting. Anyway, so we took the dog to the vet. They gave it some charcoal, which made it be sick, and it was fine. But it's funny with a dog, isn't it? Because dogs can literally eat shit. They can eat raw chicken. They can eat their own shit. They can eat dog shit. They can eat apps. They can eat pants. They can eat absolutely everything. And they'll just go to sleep and wake up. I'm fine. Eat a bit of chocolate, they're in trouble. It's like being bulletproof, but then if you have a piece of chocolate, you'll die. I don't find it funny, but I do find it strange that chocolate is toxic to dogs, but eating your own shit isn't. Eating another dog's shit isn't. Eating a raw chicken breast isn't, but chocolate is. It's mad. It is mad, isn't it? You can imagine the dog in the garden. There's a big fresh turd from your mate, or there's a lovely chocolate mousse. Well, I better not eat the chocolate mousse, as nice as it is, because it will actually kill me. I think I'll just chew on my mate's dog shit instead. Are Arsenal fans... And the thing is, I think they do like chocolate. Parker says, are Arsenal fans still calling themselves Gooners? I think Arsenal fans will be attentively watching this match now. I mean, I'd like to see a Spurs win. Will Morris says, my beagle ate an entire Lindor box with the wrappers and was fine. It's not a myth, though. It's not a myth. The vet said to us, it can be very bad for dogs. Apparently grapes are fatal to dogs as well, says Screenboy. That's even worse. Imagine your dog's in hospital, it's had a load of chocolate, you bring it some grapes in, and then it's like, no, that will actually finish me off. Well, that's what everyone gives people when they're ill. United end up like Spurs if they build that stadium, says Martin. I saw someone say Xerxes should do a Joel Linton. He's not quick enough. Flyater says, is Wirtz worth 120 million? Well, I tell you what, that's a foul. How are people saying that's not a foul? He literally kicks Gahey's foot to make him kick the ball in the back of the net. If that was in the penalty box, it would be a foul. Look, I don't want it to be a foul. I want Spurs to get back in the game. I'm just saying we sometimes have to be a little bit unbiased and say that was a foul. Right, all right, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll. Vote with it doesn't matter now because it's been given, but is that a foul? I honestly think people don't be fair to City because people don't like City, but if that was a team that we were fair with, that's disgusting officiating from BAR. Jamie says, do you think the protest made a difference? I don't think the protest is there to make regime change, mate. I think it's an expression of dissatisfaction, so it did make a difference. Will it mean the Glazers or Ineos go? No. There's been multiple protests over many years and they're still here, but I do think it's important. Who do I think is going to lift the AFL Cup? Well, Bianca Carr. I genuinely do think that the Arsenal-Chelsea game will be very good on Tuesday night. We're live here for that. I don't think there's a way back for Newcastle against Man City. But then again, you never know. Man City have got a big game against Liverpool to come. What's United's record against Spurs at Old Trafford? They beat us last season, didn't they? Wasn't that the season when Van der Ven just ran from the back to the front? I am doing the Super Bowl, Scotty. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so glad the Chiefs aren't in the final. Dortmund are losing. Bundesliga's gone proper weird. Bayern haven't won a game in 2. Strong play by Semenyo. Wins a corner. I don't think City have been very good second half. I think they've been a bit complacent. Great content, says Des. Do you think Barrack will stay? I don't know. I'm thinking that's Frank, and you've just misspelt it. Well, I don't think Spurs have got any intention of sacking Thomas Frank, and long may that continue till at least Saturday. Do not want no new manager bounce. But then again, who would the new manager be? What snacks have you got for the Super Bowl? Well, I had a can of it yesterday. I've still got some more. I've got some Dr. Pepper Cherry. I've got some pineapple Fanta. I've got some of them. They're like cheese biscuits, but they're tiny little fish, in different colours. I like them. I've got some Cheetos because we don't get them in the UK, and then I've got some chocolate stuff. Yeah, I did all that toxic waste and stuff a few years ago, but I'm not really into sweets anymore. Oh, you got to have the snacks for a Super Bowl. Yeah. Jared says it probably was a foul, but how many decisions does City get? And I'm an Arsenal fan, so they can fuck off. Look, I wanted it to be given as a goal because I think it makes the game more interesting. And ultimately, I want Spurs to win here so that they give up against United next week. But that doesn't mean that we can't, after the event, say, in fairness, it was a foul. If you think it was. Moani, penalty! No. Top 5 biscuits, says Callum. Well, hobnobs have got to go in there. And to be fair, if we're doubling up, chocolate hobnobs as well. Alt Nori's injured now. I don't think that'll be bad. Oh, he is clutching the back of his knee. Look, no, he's all right. Collision injuries never worry me. Seahawks or the Patriots? I mean, I like the NFL. I know some people say I can't stand it, whatever. I like the NFL, and I probably watched more of it this year than I ever have. I don't really watch it during the season, but every year I start watching it earlier and earlier. So I watched nearly all the playoff games. And some of them were brilliant this year as well because of the snow games. What was the game between the Patriots and the Broncos? That was amazing because they literally couldn't get it longer than 20 yards because of the snow. It was a great game. But I'd like the Patriots to win. They have such a massive off season though. They stop. If you're not in the Super Bowl, you basically finish in mid-January, and you don't start again until September. So it's basically a 4-month season and an 8-month off season. And I don't really get why they have such a massive off season. I know they only play one game a week because it's a very impactful sport, but they could surely make it longer. Sorry, meant will Carrick be kept on, says Des. I think United want to give Carrick the job. I think it's a mistake. I think in the fullness of time, being an interim coach is very different to being a full-time coach. I'll tell you what, Arsenal, don't get too excited, but tonight might be a big night for you. I'm feeling Conor Gallagher's running that midfield now. People were mocking Conor Gallagher at half-time. He's absolutely bossing that midfield. What was your favourite NFL game you saw this year, says Steve? I think probably that Patriots-Denver Broncos game. It was just so different to watch it in a snowstorm. Just a different context and way to watch it. Bills-Broncos was good as well, the game before. In FIFA World Cup 26, they've introduced 3-minute break in each half to show ads in TV streaming, but the official reason is player welfare. Absolute nonsense. ML, does that surprise you? I like the Ryder Cup, Bitter Moose. I do like the Ryder Cup. And Six Nations starts next week. I used to watch the Six Nations quite a lot, but I haven't watched it for a while. A lot of players going down here for Man City. Probably tactical to buy some time. Hi Mark, Fulham's owner owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. You should follow them next season, says an old brownie. Yeah, well, I'm not going to follow the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They can fuck off. If you know, you know. A couple of subs here for City. Gonzalez and Reinders coming on. You know what? In relation to the league title race, what are your thoughts? Because I can't see... I know people think Arsenal might bottle it because they've not won it in 20 years, but just view it through the looking glass of this season, I can't see how anybody can see anybody else winning it other than Arsenal. Like, the best team normally wins the league across the 9 months. And they are the most consistent team. It might not always be pretty, but they are the best team. They are the most consistent team. I just can't see beyond Arsenal. I don't think Man City have got it. Conor Gallagher again. He's had a brilliant second half. Great cross, goal! You all laughed at me when I said Conor Gallagher's a good player. Well, you're not bloody laughing now, are you? You're not laughing now. He's been absolutely incredible this second half. He's been absolutely brilliant. And it's Solanke who scores the goal, and give him credit. But Conor Gallagher has absolutely taken over that midfield. It's why Pep Guardiola's made 2 midfield substitutions. It's 2-2 with 20 minutes to go. Arsenal fans owe Spurs an apology, but look at this from Conor Gallagher. The drive, the determination. That was Declan Rice. They'd be giving him a Ballon d'Or. Brilliant, brilliant player. I don't know whether that's a great goal by Solanke or it's an own goal by the Man City player, but brilliant by Conor Gallagher. The cross is good. And I think it's Solanke's goal. It's unorthodox. This is the angle. Yeah, it goes in off his heel. What a goal. What a goal. Get in. I love Thomas Frank, says Harvard. Well, this is great for us because he won't be getting the sack now. Come on, Spurs. City are in the on the ropes. Adogi, foot race. Nunez does well. 20 minutes to save your title race here, City. What? I told you City had been crap second half. Sacking of last manager, a mistake from Malahide was there when we did the treble, says Des. I was in Malahide when we won the treble, mate. We probably walked past each other a few times. Get in. I love Thomas Frank, says Havertz Goat. Hey, you can't say they're doing it on purpose here. Pep's stunned. He's like, this is not the script. This is like bloody... what's his name when he got punched by Anthony Joshua? Paul. This is not the script. I tell you what, if you're Liverpool, you're looking at this and you're going, maybe we can beat City next week. I think this season's so weird. Like, I'm saying that at half-time about Thomas Frank, and then the players come out and play for him second half. What did Frank say at half-time, says Aidan? I don't know. Maybe he said, if you win this game, I'll walk. Simmons, he's just got to slip him in. Should have played that earlier. Oh, Briggs saved Donnarumma. What subs? Did he make any subs at half-time? He must have made some subs at half-time. Sarr for Romero, Odegaard for Bissouma, and Tell for Marn. Well, he's made 3 subs at half-time, hasn't he? No. He's made those subs now. Just before the... No. Sarr for Romero at half-time. But Tell and Odegaard literally in the last 2 minutes. Tactical shift, isn't it? What a performance. What a second half. Spurs could win this. How many Arsenal fans have we got watching? Edge of the box. Oh, what a save by Donnarumma. Simmons, that was moving around. Big style. And, well, it got a deflection, that's why. Big save. This is big. This is big. For the title race, look at this. I mean, look, as United fans and Liverpool fans and Chelsea fans, we're thinking, can we catch City? Remember, if City draw here, but Liverpool beat them, the gap between Liverpool and Man City would be like down to 5. But the title race, it's at 6 at the moment. If City, so it's a very interesting next few minutes. But at the moment, there's still 15, 20 minutes left, and it just doesn't feel like City are going to find a winner. It feels like Spurs are going to find a winner. Shinobi Ben says, all of a sudden I like Thomas Frank, forcing Spurs to actually play to win. I'll still never forgive Son for this fixture a couple of years ago. Back post, if he gets it right. Oh, there's an offside. Gallagher in, and all of a sudden Spurs look like a team, says Marlowe. One player can make a huge difference, but United ignores the January window stupidity. Yeah, but there's a lot. Marlowe, me and you, United stand, we have our differences, but a lot of the time we agree on things, and we know there's people on the United stand who are like, don't want Conor Gallagher, don't want Conor Gallagher, and then you bring in Agati on today and nearly draw in the game. For the how many time this season, you bring Agati on and you drop points, or you nearly drop points, and people are saying no to Conor Gallagher. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Obviously, we've got to buy good, big midfielders in the summer, but for now, I'd have been all over it. It's insane that Donnarumma is only 25, 26. He's been around forever, says Zach. Thomas Frank has got the second best hair in the league, says Havertz. Who's got the best? City look done here. Reminds me of City at Old Trafford. Frank played the Champions League theme at half-time. Genius management, says Nicholas. Favourite F1 driver, says Iron. Probably Hamilton. What's going on this weekend? Teams are losing 2-goal leads. West Ham, Man United, and now Man City, says Gary. Will the fans walk out on 75 minutes? Well, they're still there. Well, they're meant to be walking out, Gareth. Peter says he's still looking forward to playing them next week. Oh, mate, if you saw him in the first half. Oh, that was a big chance for Man City, though. Reinders. With our attack, we will create chances against this Spurs defence. We might need to outscore them like we did Fulham and Arsenal, but I mean, under Carrick, we're averaging... How many goals did we score against City? 4? Averaging over 3 goals a game. One Inch Wonder says, at the end of the day, United are going to win the league. We're not going to win the league. Arsenal aren't giving a 12-point gap up on anyone, mate. We might get second, we might get third, we might get fourth, we might get fifth. Whatever. But we won't win the league. She says, what did I miss? Man City were winning at half-time. Well, it was done at half-time. I think that's the problem for City. I think they thought they'd won. It would be typical Spurs to bottle this. One Inch Wonder says, you're underestimating Delo. Mate, I like Delo as a person. He's a hard-working player, but he's shit. Come on, let's get real. He's all right going forward, but defensively he's a bloody nightmare. How much will Liverpool play for Gertruda? I don't know. It'll be a loan fee, won't it? I reckon it'll be a total package of about 5, 10. Any bangers in this game, Jaron? Well, I think the adaptability of the Solanke goal is he meant it. Obviously, you need a bit of luck, but he did mean it. Lovely ball. Come on, Spurs. On the counter. We move. Haaland's been invisible after he started YouTube, says Rim. I remember like the run up to Christmas, and people said City are going to run away with the league. And I think if you look at City's results since Christmas, they're not that good. I mean, before today, they'd won 2 in 6. Ben Jacobs says the Gertruda deal is off. That would be disappointing for Liverpool. Do you think we're a bit harsh on Spurs? No Kulusevski, no Maddison, no Solanke, large part of the season, says Andrew. They have had some serious injuries, yeah. But is that not on the club to deal with that? Gertruda deal is off, Mark. How are the lads, says Chris. And on a scale of 0 and 10, how's your back today? This morning and the start of the United game, I was in absolute pain. It's been a lot better this afternoon. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because I've been sat down a lot. It seems to me when I go walking, it gets worse, which is the complete opposite of advice. Let me get the latest on this Gertruda deal. Hello, David. They've got a goal. No. It's like a game of... It's over the bar. How have Man City not scored? Haaland wants a handball. Well, it's bouncing around the box. Gehi, you can't give a handball for that. No, there's no handball in there. No. No. Liverpool not expected to proceed with Gertruda. Decision made that a deal is not viable after being offered the chance to sign the defender. So it's off, according to Ben Jacobs. In the last 6 minutes. Where do you go next? Marco Silva, after the game, makes a good point. He said the first goal for Man United, VAR went in a completely different direction to find a free kick that was not the reason why the penalty was given. He is right. I don't know why they gave a free kick, because it was about the penalty. But look, we got it. We got it. Rodri being a Ballon d'Or winner is such a scam, says Francis. I don't know. He's had a bad injury. I think he deserved it the year he got it. So where will Liverpool go next? They have been linked to Denzel Dumfries. Oh, Reinders. I thought he'd headed it into the bottom corner. It's just gone wide. City are pushing now. I did say Spurs might be a bit Spursy. Remember, Spurs have taken 3 points off Man City this season. They beat them at the Etihad. Incredible for a relegation team, but they did win at the Etihad. Do you think Liverpool will get someone now? Well, time is running out, really. Who's the right back called Jones that they were going for? Am I being thick? They were linked to Gertruda, and if they didn't get him, it was going to be Dumfries or Jones, but I don't know who Jones is. I feel like I'm being a bit thick. Is he American? Is he an American right back? Am I right? Oh, Curtis Jones swap maybe with Inter, yeah. They wouldn't want to do that, though, because it weakens them in the midfield. The trouble is, if they don't do anything, then everybody knows they were trying to do something, and it's like Gahey all over again, isn't it? Lovely play by Xabi Simons. He has been very good. Oh, I tell you what, it was nearly a winner there. I think Gahey did really well defensively. WB says, do you think Spurs could genuinely get relegated? No, not if they play like this. Spurs is clutching this trust, says 2-inch door. Bernardo Silva. Rodri's still on. Bernardo Silva, good block. What's happened to Jed Spence as well? Is he injured? Or do they just not pick him anymore? Someone's going to tell me he's been on the pitch the whole game. That'd be very embarrassing. He's not. I haven't seen him at all. Ex-Gunner says, if United had hired Pep in 2016 instead of Jose, how many titles would you have won? None. I don't think it's possible to win titles under this ownership. Jed Spence is injured as well. I didn't see him on the list. Oh, lovely cross. City looking to get the win they need. This is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant for Arsenal. If it stays like this. We have seen some late goals this week, though. United, Everton. Did you see the brawl in the Chelsea game yesterday? Hold on a minute. Good defending. Conor Gallagher. He's been brilliant second half. I don't care. He has. Really good. Foden's coming on. I saw the brawl in the Chelsea game. I know people agree with the red card. My issue with that red card is it's literally the last action of the game. You send him off to Debo, and he misses 3 games for West Ham for something that happened in the last seconds of the game. And Semenyo did it for Bournemouth against United in the first half, and we drew that bloody game. And I just think, where's the consistency, you know? Goal kick, 2-2. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been a red card. What I'm saying is, Semenyo did it to Delo, didn't he? And nothing happened. Haaland trying to get a penalty. You won't get a penalty for that, mate. In that poll. Here's the Solanke goal. Look at this. Lovely goal. I mean, when you look at it in slow-mo, he actually does use his studs. It's a shame Donnarumma gets a little bit of a hand on it, because if he doesn't, it makes it even better. Well, Solanke might be injured here. This would be good news for United. I mean, I apologise. This is That's Football, and I am thinking, like, from a United point of view, a second yellow card for Simmons, Yeah, that would be good. Borough fan here. The United regen under Carrick is wild. For us, a good couple of years was backwards side pass and lacked spine to get over the line. End of year, says Solo. That might be Solanke out for 8 months. He's coming off. Gertrude deal is off, says Ross. Yes, we spoke about it a few minutes ago. Nine minutes added on here. So Spurs on the attack. Simons has been very good second half. It's amazing Spurs as well. They've got no Van der Ven, no Romero. He took Romero off at half-time, who I think is the captain. Maybe Romero was injured. Maybe it wasn't tactical. I don't know. Do you think Kimmich is a good enough replacement for Casemiro? I don't think Man United should be finding their Casemiro replacement in his 30s. No. Especially when they've never played in the Premier League. Lovely play by Simmons. That should be a foul. And it's going to be a yellow card as well. Rodri. Look, a draw is a great result for Arsenal. Rodri should be sent off for the foul on Conor Gallagher a couple of minutes ago. It was nasty. They never review that though, will they? Van der Ven's injured, yeah. I think he's back for I think he might be back for the United game, Van der Ven. I was reading something about that the other day. That should have been second yellow for Rodri, by the way. He was already on a yellow. Lehan says that Rodri's not been the same since the injury. Well, it's a long time to be out of football, isn't it? And it's a very physical position. I mean, he might just be taking his time to get back. Are you streaming the Super Bowl tonight, says Wizard? Well, it'd be a very funny Super Bowl stream tonight because not actually tonight, it's next week. But next week we are planning to, yes. So a week tonight. I watched the Royal Rumble. The Rehad Royal Rumble. How's he not been sent off, Rodri? 2 fouls there on a yellow card. Well, Pep's not stupid. He subbed him off. Go on, mate. You're quick. Oh, good defending. Still time here. We can still have a winner. No worries, Wizard Football. I think some people did think it was this weekend. Are we going to get a winner here? Well, Arsenal fans will be loving this. You would not have expected Spurs to come back from 2-0 down at half-time, and you would not have expected Spurs before the game. Conor Gallagher again, driving forward. Red peppers or yellow? I like red peppers. They do taste different. Green, red and yellow. Doco says, acknowledge him. Who? People have been trolling online about it being this weekend. Adrian's a highly interested gooner tuning in from Australia. There'll be a lot of Arsenal fans. This would be a very nice late weekend present. Because it would have been a write-off. You never would have thought. Never would have thought it. And especially, like I say, at half-time. And they've got to go to Anfield next week as well. So, for Arsenal, opening points up again at the top of the league. 6-point gap as it stands. City been dreadful second half. Absolutely dreadful. You just think if Spurs had turned up in the first half, they might have got a better result than this. Wonder why he's not. Just looking at the bench for City, whether he had any options, more attacking options in this game. No Doku. What's happened with Savinho? Did they get rid of him? I think that was a weird one. And again, another winger that's decent that Pep sort of... I really thought that Savinho looked very good when he first went to City. Doku's back for Liverpool. United to thrash Spurs 4-0. I think Spurs will be easier than Fulham. We'll have to wait and see, but I think the way Spurs defend. Be a good game though. Liverpool Man City will be a good game at Anfield. Liverpool were good in the second half yesterday. City have been tragic here today, so they've got to get better. Savinho's not on the bench. He must be injured. See a few people in the chat saying that. Right, Spurs. Could be their last chance. It's a cynical yellow card foul, that. It's a shame because that would have been a... That's Pep's been doing that for years. You make that foul early so you don't get caught higher up the pitch. Them tactical fouls of Pep have been a blueprint of his success for years. Alex says, great to see Driving with Goldbridge back. Hey, yeah, if you haven't checked out Driving with Goldbridge, check that out on my channel. Thanks everybody who's watched it. Arsenal have got Sunderland on Saturday. Yes, but it is at the Emirates. It's a very good weekend for United, Stephen. I mean, look, Liverpool and Chelsea winning obviously means that we've made no ground on them. But we've made ground on Villa. If we can pull Villa back into it, that's another Champions League spot. So I'll take that, really. I think Doku must have been injured as well. Look. Does anyone do anything for Friday the 13th? Says who to blame? Well, it's the night before Saturday the 14th. When's Pancake Tuesday? That must be coming up soon because Easter's early this year. Come on. When's Pancake Tuesday? If you know, you know. 17th of Feb. That seems a bit late this year. It's going to be a draw. I'm going to do a match reaction, don't worry. If you were worried, don't worry. 2-2. This should be it. 2-2. Points dropped for City. Point gained for Spurs. Big result. Good second half performance. Crap second half performance from City. A game of two halves. And there we go. 4 goals. We've had a lot of goals in the watch-alongs this weekend. Arsenal, loads of goals. Last night, both Chelsea and Liverpool game. And today, both United in this. Lovely stuff. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. Appreciate that. I'm sure we'll have some stuff for you tomorrow around transfer deadline day. Let's see who does what. Apparently Gertruda's not going to Liverpool, so will they go in for somebody else? Take care everyone. Stay safe. I am on the United stand at 8 o'clock and I'll speak to you all in a bit.